I noticed this trim piece underneath the license plate on the rear bumper had come loose. There's only 2 screws down there at the other end holding it on. All the other screws have worked their way loose. You can see here how this hole, how the screw head has worked its way through this hole. This was the size of the original holes. For some reason, the manufacturer missed this hole, and this screw hole as well is bigger now because the screw holding this bezel on has worked its way loose. So I have to reattach this. Upon inspection, I noticed that there was a lot of bubbling in the paint, and I pulled off the bezel of this rear brake light, and I noticed a lot of rust around here. All the water debris has worked its way down here, and this metal is actually flaking off, and you can see here where the paint is starting to peel off because the metal underneath is rusting. So my plan, once I have the taillight removed, is to take my wire brush and my drill and clean up that rust. I'm then going to repaint it, and I'm going to use some caulking to seal around some of the areas that have become separated. So this is the area right here that's become separated. I'm going to try to recaulk this, and we'll see if my plan works. Well, I pretty much got all the rust off, but as you can see here, I was successfully able to remove these 2 screws from the taillight bezel, but this one rusted all the way through, and half the screw broke off into the screw hole. You can see the other end of it back there. So I have to kind of take an easy out and get this screw out of there. So here's my tap and die set. Here's my easy out screw, and here's my easy out holder. So I'm just going to take this, you can see how the easy out is beveled, and I'm going to stick it in there and drill a hole and try to get that rusted screw out of there. I finished scraping off all the rust, and I've also re-drilled this hole where this screw is rusted out, and I've repainted the bare metal, so hopefully that will help detour the rust. Now, as far as this trim underneath the trailer on the rear bumper, you can see I've re-secured it with some new self-drilling screws all the way down the length of this trim piece that came loose. And I re-drilled the holes with this special metal bit here that I bought just special for re-drilling those holes, and it worked really well. I put it on high speed and it went right through, and I replaced the old screws with these self-tapping stainless steel hex head screws, which should last a lot longer. So this is the factory Phillips screw. A couple of them are still there, but most of them pulled through and got stuck in the back frame of the trailer. So this is the new screws I replaced. So before I replace this taillight lens, I'm going to recaulk this weather stripping that I replaced along the back end of the rear bumper here of the RV. And you can see some of the old caulking is still there, so I'm just going to recaulk over the top of that to make it nice and tight. This is the caulking I'm going to use. It's a GeoCell 2300 truck and trailer, truck body, and RV Industries recommended caulking for this type of job. The job is done. All is well. I've finished all the caulking on the rear bumper trim piece here. I've reinstalled the tail light lens, and I've sealed up some of the areas where the caulking has been compromised. Thanks for watching.